terminar conmigo, diciéndome que ya estabas cansada, peleándome por unos culos que ni sigo. Pero al final te ganó la duda, cambiaste un cheque por la menuda, y si es así no busques mi ayuda, yo ya no soy el que te desnuda. En la calle andas hablando mal de mí, ya lo sé, pero no dice todas las cosas lindas que te di. Ya lo sé, aquí no pasa nada, vaya con Dios. Relajadita que el que sobra soy yo. Si me preguntas que si esto me dolió, mi amor, ¿pa' qué le digo que no? Su adiós duele, pero duele. Que mientras yo me enredo en otras pieles, ojalá que otro me la consuele. Su adiós duele, pero duele. Que mientras yo me enredo en otras pieles, ojalá que otro me la consuele. Quiero que estés pa' mí, mami, dime si tú estás igual, bebé. Aquí también están ganas de chinita, se me pone cuando con el pasto le da por fumar. Mami, te noto tensa y yo te voy a aliviar. Tú sabes, mami, dale, pide lo que quiera. Gucci, Prada y cartera. Ella es tranquila, pero encima se acelera. Es que no es cualquiera. Yo te estoy mirando y tú encima gritando. La noche no está hablando, diciendo que hasta cuándo. Y yo no sé cómo me enamoro de ella. Es que mi sexo la llevo a las estrellas.
All right. Turn the music down a little bit here. How's everybody doing today? Type in the chat if you guys can hear me good, if you guys can see the screen. Okay, we're gonna get started here for day number 3. Let me move the chat to my monitor. There we go. I got the chat here on my monitor. I'll be pulling it up. I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me good. Before we get started, day number 3 is on the way. Sorry for the little late start. We just wanted to make sure everything was good before we started with the screens, so we didn't have the same problems we had yesterday. So, gonna get on the way here in a couple minutes. How's everybody doing today? A lot of movement in the markets today. Throughout this session, at one point, I'm going to take over and break down the strategy as well. I'm going to be breaking some stuff down later on in this session. If you missed day number 2 was a valuable day yesterday. Did you guys take notes yesterday? Did anybody take notes yesterday? Yesterday we did day number 2. Giorgio, he's here with us. He's going to be going over day number 3 now and showing you more trade examples. So yesterday we showed one trade example. Today he's going to be showing multiple examples. And then I'm going to take over and show you an example from today, and we're going to break down the charts as well. We're going to analyze some things because the market's moved a lot today. A lot of movement today, and we got a good trade to break down. From exactly everything actually Giorgio's been taking. I took a trade today on gold. I took a sell today on gold. And it's all the pillars that he's been teaching you guys the last couple days. Well, yesterday he went over the main pillars of the strategy and his approach, some of his rules, his disciplines, right? He went over some of the disciplines, some of the rules that he takes. Like if he loses a trade or if he has a losing day, he doesn't trade. Or sometimes he might not even trade for the rest of the week, he said, if some of you guys caught that. So some discipline, some rules, some psychology, some mindset. We answered some questions, and today we're going to answer more questions as well. So save your questions towards the end of the stream. We're going to be breaking down the same strategy that was broken down yesterday. Yesterday was broken down step by step in a simple, basic way. And we teach things very basic. Why? Because it's really about mastering the basics when it comes down to trading. Most people don't master the basics, all right? So we're going to get into it today. Where's the camera? Can you guys see me right now? I'm here. We're going to get into more of the strategy today, the basics of it. And it's simple, what we teach. But when you master it, it becomes effective. And that's the thing in trading. A lot of new traders, or a lot of traders just in general, go years and years and years searching for more and more information, but never really master the basics of trading. So day number 2, we simplified the strategy for you guys yesterday. I think Giorgio's on the call. All right. I'm going to turn the music down. So I think we got Giorgio here. Welcome, Giorgio. I see you're on the call. Welcome.
Yo, Evan, thank you so much. Hello guys, hello everyone.
How you doing? How you doing? Let me get my screen sharing. There
Very
he
nice.
is, yo. How you doing today? Crazy day
Very
in the
very
markets.
good. I took the cell. You too. Me too.
Took a sell
On the
today,
same area.
and it was
Yeah.
it's similar to what the sell setup you broke down yesterday, actually on day number 2. When you actually think about it, I'm gonna break it down, and it's gonna be similar to what you broke down literally yesterday in all the pillars. If you look at all the different pillars, and we're gonna talk about that later, guys. We got Italy in the house. We got Sweden in the house. Switzerland. What's good? What's good? What's good? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? So say what's up to Giorgio, guys. He's here. He's on the call. He's gonna be taking over day number 3 now. And moving forward, say what's up. What's up? So I'm seeing you more than my mom the last. Hey man, me too. I see you guys more than my mom too. That's why I spent like 4 days, 5 days at her house this week. Took a little break from the charts. You gotta spend that family time too. Sometimes it's a good point. Sometimes we're always on it, on the charts, on the charts. Sometimes it's good to take a little break, refine, take a little step back. It's not always trading. And I think Giorgio has even proved that because he said he'll only take maybe 1 to 2 trades a week max. And there's even some weeks he says he doesn't take a trade. He said, if I lose a trade, right, there's some weeks I might not even trade. I'll just wait till the next week, right? So it's like the time, the energy consuming. Trading can consume a lot of your time, right? You might think you need to always be on it, but I think it's really just patience and knowing what you're waiting for, what you're looking for, when it's there, striking. So let's get into it. Number 3, day number 3, 3 account flips, step by step. All right, Giorgio, if you want to take it away, I'm gonna put the camera here. Sure. Give me a minute. Where are you at? I want to get you on here. Hold up. There we go. Yesterday, you don't fight the market, you read it, you follow it 90%. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. Let me minimize this real quick and get the slide going. All right, here we go. Day number 3, guys. Lock in, take notes, because I'm going to be going over some stuff as well. We're always having some problems with Zoom. We're going to figure this out one day. Hold up. Now it's me. Now it's me. Well, take it away, Giorgio. Do your thing.
I don't see your desktop, Evan.
Oh, you can't see? Oh, yeah. Bet. I know. My bad.
Thank you.
They can. Yeah, they can. They can see it. That's why. They can see it. There we go. Can you see it now? There you
Yes.
are.
Now, yes.
Bet. Now we're in. We figured it out, guys. We figured it out.
So
All right.
guys, welcome to day 3, the real results, guys. Today we see 3 case study, a real account, a real trade with a flipping. So that's nice. Let's go. Why custom studies matter? I wanted to understand today about this case. You've seen the strategy, now we see it in action, guys. Yesterday we understand the strategy, how to build them. Today we see in action. So 3 real accounts, a real number, real decision, explained live now, not theory, just the work and the application in that. Case study number 1, guys. I start in this balance with 50 euro. At the final equity, I make 506 euro floating profit. I operate on XAUUSD. I was in a multiple buy position, open in a New York session because it's the session when I took the trade, or maybe London. All position within the system what I explained the other days, guys. The same system, same strategy, and the same tools. Now we see here how I bought this account. For example, this is the beginning for 50 euro. So now it was in, I think, maybe here 20. I was maybe for 400 pips here in profit with buy. Later, this is the double of account. For example, the double of amount that I make for 300 to 400. And this is the final of this account. So deposit 50 euro, profit 727 euro, So that's it, this account. Look this here, small position on the same area. I explained yesterday, if you're not here yesterday, I explained I have a zone, I trade with the zone, I use 50 pips a zone, so maybe in this case 4,320 to 4,325. This is 50 pips, this is my zone, here I took the trade.
Nice trade, nice trade.
Or the trade, how I did it, what I did this trade. So identified, number one, identified bullish high time frame on XAUUSD and waiting for this confirmation. That maybe that's most importantly. I'm waiting for the price to pull back to K levels, for in my levels, in this case for 4,325. I enter on rejection candle. When I see a rejection candle during New York session, I take those. And I held position structure confirmed direction. This is important things, guys. Is not. It's very important to hold the position and understand where is possible to hold. For example, the market has seasonality. Every single day, every single market, the market is possible to change. But you need to understand him, to read him, and hold the position when you are sure of the structure, or close if you are sure that is the structure. Don't go away and close the trade. And I took multiple small lots. You see in the picture 0.01 to manage risk amount. So the same, we look here, the same risk management. For example, 0.01, 0.0, same lots. So I didn't change the loss, guys. For this account with this amount, I decided to take this risk because managed risk and risk management is the first one. For example, here look the structure. Evan explained this in the inner cycle, so it's very very clear. This one, the situation. Maybe most trader enter here because at the first, for example, impulse, but I prefer to wait, no? Because more trader enter when you see a green candle, enter for the green candle when you see, and the price look here, come back to the area. I enter on the retest, so this is a clear back and retest on the K level for 4,325, and that's it. I took on this trade maybe 800 pips.
Fire trade, fire trade. Nice trade. 1 hour chart, 1 hour time frame. Nice. I see exactly what you're explaining right now with those impulsive moves. You don't chase those. Even if you miss them, you wait. So you waited even for the bigger picture. Nice.
Case study number 2, guys. I started this account with 206 euro. The profit rise at 1K800. So total withdraw. I explained it yesterday. I don't know if you remember. When I took all profit, for example, I don't know, 100, 200, 500 profit, I prefer to withdraw. Is the better. When you have the money in the MetaTrader 5, you have the impulse to come back and trade him, and this is not good. So I prefer to withdraw all I can do it. So this account was closed and profits taken. Look here. Here I started with 200, I take 100 and then close the position. I prefer to take a better position. Here I took a sell, for example. The same story, guys, with the same risk, 0.03. Look here, 300. In a few minutes, look the liquidity, what I explained yesterday, no? Here we are in London session, for example. In the morning, I look the liquidity here, what moves. In 2 minutes, move for the double.
Sorry.
And here we have the resume for deposit and the withdraw. I withdraw everything what I do. And the account comes...
oh, literally. I see. You're saying the time, 8:28. You closed. Oh, literally. Yeah, it wasn't even that long of a... It moved. It didn't even... Yeah, so... I see what you're saying exactly. Okay, you deposit at 8:28 your time, whatever that would have been, or for the market for your broker. 8:43 you were closed. Oh, you were done. So that was a quick. Oh, so you were okay. I see exactly what you're saying. So you're saying Boom, it happened, done. I withdrew, done. Because it was that quick.
Exactly.
Okay, I see exactly what you're saying. I get it. Because the time there. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Nice. Let's go. Cool.
So the trade what made this different, larger lot size, I changed lot size, but a little bit. Sorry, this is a small error. Is my wrong, sorry. My error is 0.03, not 0.3, sorry. Some rules applied. More patient waiting for the confluence, or the clear for confluence, what I explained yesterday. Clear session entries only my session for London session, New York session. Took profit as structure, targets, not emotion. So this system scaled, I didn't change anything because this system is on, guys. They make profit and is the best for me.
Good stuff.
For example, look this trader. Here this is the resume for the trade that I took in sell. I see rejection candle here on 4,500. I was in London session and I took on around the number. So here I prefer to enter down. You say what I do the other yesterday I explained you because it's the more volume and I prefer to wait to loss. I don't know, 20-30 pips is not a problem, but this is the zone. I have the confirmation 1, 2, 3 time, for example, 2 time here, rejected the area and the price come back near the other around the number, not took him, but it was a biggest trade if I leave him, but I prefer to took the profit, guys, and that's it. When I see especially this structure, I see more weak here and I understand that that's the time to go out.
So what is it? I have one question. I think some people might have the same question. Was it one of those moments where you just saw a setup, so you deposited? You were like, oh, there's a trade setup here. I got to deposit. Sometimes I've done that. Good stuff.
So guys, I pass 1 hour, 30 minutes a day to analyze the area, the zone. So when I see this structure the day yesterday, for example, I imagine it is so it is possible to have a rejection because I waiting for this one. I waiting this setup. So I imagine it him. This is the truth, guys. Because when you see a bullish structure, for example, maybe it's possible with the other session, maybe in a London session, maybe New York session, it's possible to see the opposite, no? And this happened.
Nice. $4,500. I see rejection, London, right? Yeah. Nice setup there. And you caught same thing. If you guys notice, this is like the trade he showed yesterday. He didn't enter at the price. He entered after it started rejecting more. It hit 4,500. It rejected. He still entered afterwards. Put his stop loss above the high there.
Case study number 3, guys, starting balance 93 euro and profit 6,1995 euro. This was one of the biggest my account. This is more trading in the time. I remember this is 2 week of trade. I think maybe 8, 10 trade in this account to make this amount. This is one the people ask about this account because it's dangerous too. Look here, for example, I started with a sell. Here I do the first flip. Here I don't follow the process because I have more screenshot. But with this 93, I'm going to 1K. So from 1K, I started I ended to 6K to 7K, so for 5 euros so here. And for example, here the same. Here I took a different trade. I use 0.01, 0.03 maximum is my risk for trade. For example, here I took the trade with 0.03 and it's the same. Look here, guys, for the example, I leave the position open here, more position open. look, for example, the pips if you are I don't know if you trade gold or another, but if you see the entry and the exit, it was very, very more profits here and pips movement. So this was the process for how BIT93 becomes 6,1995. This didn't happen in one trade. I explained you that I take more trade for these things. So it happened through consistent application of the system. Every single entry, I application the 4 pillars that I learned here in inner cycle. No revenge trading after losses. I was sincerely with you guys. It was a very good movement, very good month in the market. This one for this trader, and compounding small wins. For example, I compounding the account with a small amount and go to 1K, and to 1K go to 6. So it's not simple, because many times if you take more win, you waiting for other wins. So you need to compounding your account, accept the loss, and especially when you are a trader, you leave them to go. So trusting the process, even in drawdown. Guys, you see the trade now, if you this entry, but maybe for a small time it's possible to go in drawdown. It's normal, 10-20 pips is normal, but if you trust the process, trust the strategy, you have the clear structure, you understand that. For example, this is the beginning for the first trade. For example, when I make 1K, 93 to 1K, look here, the structure was bearish here. Clear rejection on that price. When I see this structure, I understand that, for example, here, you see this is change of character, no? Because you see here a bearish structure, here back, it is the area, the low is up, for example here, and imagine it to take one other buy. For example here, they not come back because I see more liquidity here, but when I see this 1 hour candle for rejection, the simple explication when I explained the other day for my strategy, this is a stock candle.
Oops.
And this one make the price hike. Example here, when I see this accumulation, for example, I make okay, they need to accumulate in this moment and go up again. Maybe the gold do this more time. For example, depends. Many time accumulating and go up, or many time distribution and go down. Depends. In this case, I was here. I look here, for example, the resistance and the support on the 4,900. They make back him. They listen then from the resistance and go up again. What I had in common, these 3 trade, guys. Every flip I shared with the same elements, same 4 pillar strategy, what I explained yesterday, same risk rules, 1-2 for trade, same session focus, New York and London session, 0 strategy switching. I use one strategy, this work, I didn't change my strategy, I didn't change the loss, this is forever, this work, I use this. Patience over impulse, so I waiting for this setup because I see him, I study him. And if I had to start again tomorrow, guys, with €50, I play the high time frames to structure analysis first, mark a round number level on XAUUSD, wait for London or New York session, enter only rejection candle confirmation, risk 1-2% of mass of trade, and repeat every single day. This is the plan. Now we do a live back testing, so I show you what is possible to take this trade and how I apply my strategy. So I identify the level, what I wait for, and where I decided to enter and exit. Can you see my screen, Evan?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Come back, I don't know, to February maybe, yeah. February 10. So guys, here I put only the session to go faster. So here, look the structure here. For example, we are a bullish structure. For to be good, I put the linear chart. This is now New York session. Okay. I make the run numbers. Candle. Okay. I want to try this one. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Then I see high here. This is 5. One moment, I put this one. Okay. This is the level. Okay, perfectly well. Okay, this starts my level. For example, here we see a structure. We go maybe low here. I put this one. Okay. Exit to New York session. Okay. I'm waiting to this level, guys. I trade this mode. Oh yes, this broke this level. I try to search look here, is it possible to search an entry? For example, broke this level. This is a distribution of the price. The structure shift here.
So you want to retest? You want to retest?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I see.
So now I want to see
so you're waiting for the level to break, anticipating lower low, right? Is what you're. I get. Okay. So that's what you mean by waiting. Okay, waiting. So you want to retest?
It's a moment. Okay. Okay. Look here, guys. We have a more. For example, this level is a good level for my opinion. I am outside of the session here. Okay, but I have the confirmation. For example, here. I was at the beginning, for example, for London session. Maybe I enter with this one. So indirect. Okay. No double, sorry. That's this one. Okay. This one I put to one other level here to this one. It was another K. Okay. No. Okay, I mean, let's see what happened. I put here max loss. This is blocker structure. This is a low, light low. This is a retest, clear retest. So that's done. Oh.
It was a good setup. It's a
Wow.
good setup.
Yes, we took me a loss because I put less. Yes,
Timing. The whole number.
yes.
Like it made the move off of 5K. Like I would have been. That's why I said you're looking for the retest at 5K because I would have been selling at like between $5,000 and $5,010 there.
Yes.
What I would have done, me. So in that case, if you go back replay mode, for example, go to where it breaks underneath 5K. Replay mode it to go when it made that lower low, that break under 5K.
Sorry.
If you can go back, where how do you yeah. Take that and go back to the retest. Like go there, yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 5K. I would have been looking for a sell around 5K because you have the engulfing candle. Right, you have the engulfing candle, so there's imbalance there. The distribution, it did distribute, make a lower low. If you take 5,000 and you make a zone around 5,000, $10, but 5,000, $5,000 and $10. You create another horizontal line, for example.
Okay.
Put a horizontal line at 5,010. This is what I like to do in instances like this. 5,010, right? So that would be like more of my zone where I'm looking for a retest. Timing. That's like I like the back test is good for like the idea of the setup. That's where I would have been selling. Is maybe around like 5K using the whole number. That's how. So me, I'm a little different than how you take some of your trades because if it moves away from the whole number, I'm like, oh, I missed it. Like I want to get the whole number or not. I usually wait for the whole number. Like sometimes I'll enter if it reacts a bit after, but usually if it hits the whole number, sometimes I'm picky. But yeah, like in there, that's where I would have been like selling 5K.
Yes. So let's make one other.
Keep going.
I want to show you the strategy. So guys, I'm not perfectly, I don't know, but I don't know much. For example, 27.
Trading and teaching are two different things.
Yes.
Interesting. It's okay. Don't worry.
So here we have a body structure. For example, here I will make this zone. Okay, and this one, and this one. Okay.
What is that? 45. Oh yeah.
You. Let's go. See. Okay. Okay, guys. For example, here. Sorry. I was outside of the session, so I'm waiting one other candle, for example. Okay. So 7. Okay, this is the change of structure. I am on 1 hour candlestick. So look here, the change. So here broke this one. I put an enter here because I see this one to make a high low, and they maintain this low here, behind here, to this level. I put my enter, maybe this one, from here. So another price here, for example. Waiting for a retest. And this one lost put here below the low. We'll see what happens. Oh god.
Close. Damn.
For literally, I think in 3 pips. That's good.
Bro, I remember this day. I sent a trade. Holy, that shift. That's funny. That's funny. I remember this. Holy, this shift. I was looking for. I remember this day. This is March. This looks super identical. 39.9. Yeah, the previous. This is interesting. Yeah, that was a good setup. There's a shift. So even like if you go to the New York low, you see where New York session ends?
Yes.
So New York session, if you go, no, like back where you were taking the buy.
Sorry.
So where New York session ends at the bottom, not there, the previous day.
Okay.
Right, you have that low. Where New York session ends, you have that low. That low right there, that green candle at the bottom, the last green candle. That's your low.
Okay.
You shift up. That's where you change characters.
Yes.
Shifting up. If you see here, and maybe you guys can see my crosshair. Yeah, you guys should be able to see my crosshair on the meeting. This low, there's a low here that shifts up into a higher high. It breaks structure right there, and it comes back, and it makes a higher low. And we come up and we make a higher high. And then we pull back into that, almost tap into 4,400. I see, because I remember taking a trade here. This is funny on the around. I remember taking a trade on this, literally, this area because we shifted up. Where you were looking for the buy, there, I took a trade before that too at 4,400, 43.9, like 43.80.
Okay.
Down more, like down to the left, 43.80. So if you put your crosshair, if you put your crosshair to the left, the candle, like
yes.
Yeah. I had to buy that day. This is funny. I bought on that red bearish candle that was coming down before it went above 4,400.
That's good, yes.
There's a signal. If you're in the inner circle, there's a signal literally that I sent that day. I remember this chart. I remember this part of the chart. Go on. I see what you're looking for there, though. I was just trying to elaborate for some of the other people, too, in the chat for you guys. Break and retest, 4,500. Even there, it breaks above 4,500. The break above 45, you have your 44.97, 4,500 pretty much, you know, key level. Yes. There's a break and retest, New York session, like London down, New York session on 4,500. See to the left? At 4,500, you have a mark, 44.97, New York session, yeah, right there. No. 44.97.
This one.
To the right. Right there. Boom. In the middle.
Yes.
Right there. Buys.
Here?
I would be buying there. Why? I would be buying there. From everything you've explained too, in the last 3 days, I would be buying there. That's where I'd be taking a buy. A bit before that, on the green candle, there's a rejection candle.
Here.
Yeah, a little bit like that. That little green rejection candle, though, around there. Yeah, that one. I would have been looking for buys like around there.
This one. Yes.
Because you create a higher high if you mark your market structure. You got your higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows going up to that. Put the smiley face instead of doing that. Put an emoji. So you made a higher high, and before that, there's a higher high, higher highs. There's a low, there's a higher high. The previous higher high is a good break and retest using support and resistance. Right, that's your break and retest.
Yes.
So there's one right there, New York session. And then you have another, you kind of have a 50 right there too. Yeah, you have an entry right there. You kind of just mark, if you use the high 45.50. Backtesting session with ECABS and his student. Break and re, yeah. Let's go on. How long have we been? I'm going to take over in a little bit because I want to show everybody today's trade that I took using everything you taught yesterday, literally. I think you took the same trade today too, right? Anybody take gold sells? 600. We're going to answer some questions. Some of you guys sit, break and retest. We got some questions, so we're going to get to that.
Can I stop the screen, Evan?
Yeah, I'll take over and we'll finish the PowerPoint up.
Yes. No, I take over here.
I think I got it.
If we want, I will search one other trade.
Oof. Oh, yeah, I got to go for it.
Okay.
I got to go for it.
Let's go.
Where are you? Oh, wait. Here, I'll stop share. Yeah, go for another one. There's a few in there. There's a few in there. I see. There's a few in my IC. There's a few. 'Cause I'm a day trader too, so I trade more aggressively than Giorgio, guys. He takes like 1, maybe 2 trades a week. Way more patience. I'm like a day trader, intraday trader. Sometimes every day. Some weeks I might tone it down less or more. Let's find another trade, yo. We need a trade. Everybody's at, yo, we're going to break down gold. I'm going to break down gold when I take over because markets moved a lot today, yo. Gold moved a lot. I got some cool stuff I want to break down with you guys. I want to go over some analysis. Like there's another setup forming on gold. There's a crazy sell this morning. Not even a crazy sell, just like a good sell setup that came into New York session. $48. Alrighty.
Yes, I'm looking for 48. It's a little bit strange, this structure. So I need to wait here because it's very strange. Don't convince me to take a trade.
When was that? Yeah, that would have been a good one. New York session reversal.
Yes.
Kind of did like the same thing
It
there.
looked great, a big level here. Yes, this was news, I think. Yes, no, it's the gap for Sunday. For Monday, for Friday to Sunday, yes.
Yeah, Friday. That would have been fire sales. When was this? April. I caught a sell today, finally. And then got out and the market went right up. I was like, oof. Was up a bag. I didn't close out what I was fully up, but it was a good day regardless.
Okay, here I search for a buy because, for example, don't convince me because this is the structure from, for example, bullish structure, look the lines, and they took more time this level, so it's possible to use to go up, for my opinion. Here it was the resistance. Here I put one other line here. Okay, 790.
Market structure bullish on this time frame. Okay.
Waiting here for a retest. Maybe it's possible to back or maybe going down. Oh no, that's one. Okay. London, it was accumulation, so maybe it's probably New York push up. Probably. So I'm waiting here. No, one. We put here the loss stop loss.
Yeah, like in that case, you would have to put your stop loss at that low, because, yeah, the lower low.
Exactly. From here, for example. Let's see, guys. It's the first time.
I understand I understand this one. It makes sense why you'd be looking for that. Some people might be saying that's a big stop loss, but like realistically, if you're looking at like the entry model, the market's trending, it has that bullish momentum. The stop loss needs to go under that low. Same with the last setup. He showed a setup, and it was like where he put his stop loss was like under a low or above a high that was relevant to the time frame he was looking at.
Exactly.
So if you're someone like him, like think about it, he's taking 1-2 trades a week. He's not day trading a lot. He might take 1 trade a week, 2 trades a week sometimes. He's not taking a lot of these trades, so he's using confined rules of where he puts his stop loss, how much is in his account, right?
For example, look here, the structure. Exactly.
Yeah, it did hold, yeah.
They hold, guys, look here, the number what I remake, they respect him. I took this because this is normal to take the low and the weak here, look here. And I trade in the multiple area, for example, 50 pips, 80 pips. This is an area when it's possible to take a trade. So look here. I needed to wait for this trade, yes, it's true. Maybe 2-3 days, but Evan said the same. I took 2-3 trade weeks, so I didn't trade every single day, every single session. And for me, here was done. You understand that?
See that one made a continuation, nice.
Can I stop the chart, Evan?
Yeah, yo. I got it all under control, yo. Can everybody see me?
Oh.
Where we at, yo? You guys see me? Can you guys see me? Type in the chat. Yo, give a quick shout out to Giorgio, everybody. Fire chat. Fire emojis in the chat. Shout out to Giorgio. There, broke it down. The last 3 days, guys, he's been breaking different information with you guys here on these 3 calls. If you missed yesterday and the day before, make sure you check them out. However, I'm going to continue this. We got some exciting stuff to show you still here. All right. Let me know if you guys can see me on the camera real quick. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out Giorgio, yo. So, the real lesson, the results aren't the point. It's the system, right? As you can see over the last few days, when you have a system, it keeps you accountable. It keeps you structured. So, losing trades don't destroy you. Winning trades aren't luck. And every session has a purpose. And that's what the inner circle gave Giorgio and a lot of other people. We're going to be doing more calls like this in the near future with other students as well. You guys will probably see Giorgio again really, really soon in the next future. But Giorgio, if we want to leave a closing message for the people real quick before I take over and we answer some questions in a bit, what is your closing message here for the people?
So guys, it's a very big thing. So for example, for me was important Evan. If you have a mentor in whether you want to do, it's important to have a mentor, to have a system, to follow them and going with the rules. The inner cycle is the best place ever. I make this one thing because was completely changed my life and. I think it's the best thing, it's the best, system if you use it to, for example, today we take a very big, great trade. So every single day we have live session, we have the information, the knowledge, so we have everything here and take the action, lock in because it's most important.
Well said, well said. Shout out Giorgio, great breakdowns, good job these last few days. We all learned a lot. I took some notes. It's always good to go back to the basics, right? I hope you guys got some value. Any questions, guys? We'll answer a couple of questions as well. Type them in the chat. In the meantime, there's some cool stuff I want to show you guys. Type some questions in the chat that you might have to Giorgio. We'll answer maybe 3-5 questions about some of the stuff he went over, some of the stuff you saw on today's call. All right. And now I want to show you guys something cool. We're going to get to the charts in a minute here. People are saying thanks, Giorgio. So yeah, type a couple questions in the chat, guys. And we're going to get on our way.
Yo, Evan, sorry, I want to add things. So don't end here the inner cycle. There are more details coming soon. So guys, don't lose these things. Don't lose this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. And this is amazing. So I'm excited for this one. I'm here for 1 month, 1 hour, 1 year and 6 months. Imagine it here.
1 year in transformation. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys. We're going to get to the charts. Gold moved a lot today. As you could see, there was a lot of movement. There was a sell. I'm going to break down a trade now with you guys step by step. I'm going to do the same thing that Giorgio did yesterday. Today, he broke down a couple trades step by step for you guys. And yesterday, he just broke down one trade, right? He just broke down one solid trade. Interesting enough, that trade that he broke down yesterday was very similar to a trade that I took today. But guys, I want you guys to stay locked in, stay paying attention to what's coming. Something big is coming. May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. All right? 7 days away, 1 week away. Website, got the domain name, ecapstrading.com. It is going to be finished in the next 48 hours, 48 to 72 hours. The website is going to be done. All right? Exciting times are coming. More details are going to be shared on May 25th, May 26th, and May 27th. I'm going to be doing 3 calls, kind of like what Giorgio did today, but I'm going to be doing it myself. I'm going to be doing 3 calls, May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. Pretty similar to what you guys saw Giorgio do, breaking down some trades, showing trades examples step by step with the strategy. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek of that today as well for those that might be new here. Some of you guys are already in the inner circle, I know. So shout out Inner Circle Gang if you're here. If you're new here, welcome. If you missed day 1, day number 2, there are links for them. They're not publicly posted on the YouTube channel, but everyone that's in the WhatsApp group will get the links to the recordings today as we wrap up day number 3. But like I said, website is about to be complete. All right, I'm super excited to roll this thing out in the next couple of days and get it going. There's some people who've been waiting, a long waiting period, but good things take time, as you know. But the time has finally come, to say the least. Been waiting to fucking say that for a while. So guys, if you're inside the inner circle, get ready. If you're not, get ready and be prepared for May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. A lot more details will be shared on those calls. I'm going to be doing a full website breakdown when the website's live. I'm going to be, again, teaching the strategy similar to what Giorgio did today and yesterday. All right, guys? So that's rolling out within the next week. If you're not first, you're last. All right? Ricky Bobby, as he says, if you're not first, you are last. So make sure you guys lock in if you're not locked in already, because we're going to be taking this to another level on how we teach, how we educate, and the overall structure and foundation of things. All right? So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right? So guys, we're going to break down gold real quick. I took a sell today actually on gold. And you guys have been here the last few days, right? We're going to get to some questions. Who's been taking notes yesterday? Like, did anybody take notes yesterday? Yesterday, for example, Giorgio talked about the pillars, right? The pillars. Those pillars, right? That was what he was talking about. Those pillars of trading. So, here we go. You guys can see the screen? We're good? Let me refresh. I just want to refresh this, make sure we're good. Trading views on? Is my trading view on?
No, Evan.
What's going on? Trading view should be on.
Sorry?
Yeah. Oh, you're on the Zoom, that's why. You're on the Zoom. I'm not sharing the Zoom screen. I'm on YouTube. Yeah. If you're trading view should be on. So gold moved a lot today. So who took notes yesterday? Because Giorgio talked about some pillars yesterday. Talking about round numbers. He talked about rejection candlesticks. He went into detail about whole numbers. Those who don't know about whole numbers, those are important. Because I took a trade based off of the pillars that he was teaching yesterday. Because again, it's my strategy, right? It's things that I've used for years. Okay, Giorgio couldn't see the trading view, so I freaked out there. I was like, no, they can, yeah, it's on YouTube. They're on. He's here. He's still here with us, guys. He's still here with us. So this morning, we had interesting trade on gold today. I took some losses. I've had a little rougher summer season, slower season. It's all good. Had a banger trade today, and already looking for the next trade. I'm gonna break down the next trade setup on this session, but today was a gold sell. This morning, I was looking around, as you can see, the $4,500 level. So I actually sent this trade as a signal today. You can see the price level that I'm using. It's $4,500, right? $4,500, that key level. So yesterday, one of the pillars Giorgio was talking about was whole numbers, right? This is one of the things we focus on. One of the main things I teach, and one of the main things I have 11 years of experience around, years and years of experience around using this, being in trades. I actually was I was waking up and I wrote the signal wrong in the first 5 minutes. I realized, holy smokes, and then I had to edit it. You guys might even got a bit better of an entry because it went a bit above $4,500, but the stop loss was in a good location for this trade. We're going to talk about everything. The entry, the stop loss, and even the take profit locations. This thing made a big move down early on in New York session. So coming in, I woke up 6, 7 in the morning, right? And gold was kind of in this structure here, right? And we've been pretty bearish overall. So I missed some sells. So it was if this sell didn't hit, I knew the structure was going to be shifting. So gold, when I kind of woke up a bit before New York session, was coming to $4,500. That's a key level, right? So with gold, one of the things we focus on are those round numbers, zeros, things that end in zeros, right? We can see here, 4,500, okay? Nice level there, marked. So I like to trade around these prices. I like to trade around these price levels, okay? Institutions, wait, one more thing, folks. One more thing. Hold up. Bam. I'm back. Now we got the YouTube camera back on. Bam. I figured it out. So institutions like to use these. We talked about it yesterday. I've talked about it on streams. I talked about it all the time in the inner circle. So they act like support and resistance. So when we look at today's entry, we're looking at today's entry here, right? 4,500 gold sells. Stop loss 4,515. Okay, so why am I looking for a trade at 4,500? That's one thing, the entry. I'm using 4,500, that price, as an area to enter around, okay? This was coming into New York session. So again, one of those key pillars and things that were talked about yesterday was timing. And even today was broken down a bit. So market timing. Not all times are equal, and taking trades at random times don't really matter, right? We take trades around kind of purposeful times where the market's likely to move. Great job. Someone said great job. Great job, Leo Baggio. Wait, what? Oh, because the website. Oh, you saw Leo's name. You're getting a shout out for the website right now. Yeah, website. We got a login. So if you're a member, you're gonna get your own unique login. Let me see if my login is working right now. I was using Leo's right there. Let me see if my login's working. Where are you? Let's see. Boom. I might need to make a. Yeah, I need to make a new one. Can I join now? Oh no, I'm not gonna do that live. I just had it up. Where'd I go? Log me out. Bam. Leo Baggio. There you go. I'm Leo Baggio now. All right, I'm the new Leo Baggio. It's gonna be sick, guys. Again, ecapstrading.com. It's gonna be done literally very, very soon. It's gonna be dope. All right, I hope you guys are ready. If you're an Inner Circle member, you're gonna be getting an email soon. If you're an Inner Circle Elite member, fully upgraded, you're gonna be getting a upgrade email very, very soon. All right. Hang tight. The time has come. So like we talked about, guys, market timing. So if you look at today, actually, London session was pretty bullish. Like we had this breakout, then we pulled back and we hit 44.75 here. We hit that 44.75 level. So it's like a nice shift here. All right, and I think gold has started to shift bullish now. But when it comes down to like market timing here, we have London bullish. This is a strategy I've taught a lot, right? Potentially New York bearish. You know, New York could give us that retracement. When it comes down to like London session is usually going to have a trend. New York session oftentimes can reverse that trend or retrace that trend. So coming into New York today, we had strong bullish movement. At this point, you could even see to the left here, we have like resistance. 4,500 has tapped, I think, a few other times if we stretch this out a little bit to the left. Key level, psychological price. Like I like to use those whole numbers when the market looks clean, like there could be a reaction happening there. So you could see 4,500 here. I had it marked coming into New York session. So there was a big trade. This was it, right? So I'll show you the MetaTrader here real quick where you can see the entries, right? There you have that $4,500 price. Now I got in when this candle was looking like it was starting to reject, right? And it didn't. In the last like 5 minutes, this candle ended up flipping bearish and closing bearish here, this red candlestick. The next candle actually went up first and then down. And I'm going to explain some things with this on why I held my trade. Because in that moment, the DXY was going down. So this is the US dollar index. Gold can be very correlated to this because XAU is gold, but it's also XAUUSD, which is the dollar. Gold could be very correlated in this. And one thing is, the dollar was about to hit a support. Now, I wasn't like fully bullish on the dollar, but I was expecting a reaction here. Like I was like, okay, we could get a reaction here, right? Dollar ended up going up a bit, actually. If you look at the dollar, it started forming some support, got a bit stronger in that moment. Gold didn't go down right away. Gold was kind of testing this area. It was fluctuating at it. You can see how we spiked up and we ended up crashing down. So there was a good reaction here. There was a good reaction here that happened, right? Gold came down and then it ends up wicking right back. Why? We can talk about this, why and what happened a little bit, all right, here. But I want to analyze it first, right? I want to analyze this, give you guys the next setup, and answer a couple questions before we wrap today's session up. All right, I want to answer some questions that you guys have in the chat and analyze gold real quick. But London bullish, you can see New York gave that retracement but continued because look where we ended up tapping back into, actually. That sort of first movement that was made here, that first shift up in price. I'll take the line chart and show you what I mean. You have a high here and we get like that first shift up. So what do you see? You push up, you retest, we come up and we make another high. So actually the market bounced at a level of support here, a strong level of support, as you can see. All right. Georgie, you guys, you guys, oh, we're good. Where's the chat? You guys stop texting me when I'm on calls, man. It throws me off, man. Everyone calls. Everyone loves to call me when I'm on calls. Inverted head and shoulders. There we go. Someone's already catching on there. Good stuff. So it's like here, I wasn't like over. It almost hit full take profit today. So when you look at the trade here, guys, this trade, I was up $18,000 at one point on this trade today on gold. It went to $22,000. I closed it at $13,000. Unfortunately, about $15,000 profit today. Unfortunately, it's an all right day, right? But was a big fat trade today at one point. You can see the entries because gold dumped like 400 pips. Look at this. Like at one point it came down to about here. So we had like almost pretty much like a 400 pip move down on gold here this morning. 1 hour, you could see a rejection candlestick. Simple stuff. This is literally what my student taught you guys yesterday, all right? He, I think, took the same trade as well. I sent the signal to all of you guys that are inside the inner circle for this trade today. If you're inside the inner circle community, literally this trade was sent out. It was, I would say, a fucking dinger. We were up like 400 pips. Well, this is up like 200. This is when it was up 250 pips, 300 pips on some entries. And then this thing kept going down, crashing down. Fire trade from again, showing you, we showed you yesterday that this stuff works if you keep things simple, if you keep things basic. We showed you that it works yesterday. Today I even proved it. Again, today I proved it. Giorgio showed you stuff yesterday. Today I showed you guys exactly what he talked. Because if you're on the call yesterday, there was an example he showed with 4,800 cells. How he caught cells at 4,800. This looks kind of like that setup, literally. And that was not now. That wasn't today. That was a different time, right? That was a different month, different time, different week, right? This trade right here looks literally like one of the trades we broke down yesterday from the same system, same strategy, guys. Again, it's simple. Simple stuff works. But the problem with most traders is they don't master the simple stuff. They don't take time to actually master the basics. They want more and more information. They need more. What we've shown you the last few days is someone who's mastered the basics. I've mastered the basics a long time ago. Some of you guys might not be in that environment or have that system where you've mastered the basics correctly, or you can master the basics fast enough. And that's what we're transitioning into, the new foundation. How everybody's going to be learning in the next phase is going to be entirely different than what we did the first phase. There's going to be more structure, more foundation, more organization, and just a better overall learning system. A lot of you guys got value in the last couple of days from someone different, a different perspective. If you're inside the inner circle, if you have access to me, you are going to get more and more value this year like you guys got today. We took our time the last couple of days to jump on with you guys. May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. Don't miss out on the details, because it's pretty much going to be everyone's kind of last shot to jump on board for the ones that actually take action, for the ones that show up. This call was free. This call was not public. It was free. But like I said, not everyone's going to show up. You guys always see me saying, this call is not for everyone, all right? It's not, because not everyone's going to show up, all right? So if you showed up here today, you already did half the work or more than half the work, because you got to understand, not everyone's going to show up and put that time and that dedication. My student here, Giorgio, who's been able to make over 40,000 euros trading from the exact same system in the last year. He was able to quit his job because of the system that he learned. He showed up. He put in the time. He put in his 3 hours a day, his 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, right? He didn't just put in a couple hours a week, but he had the system, right? So the next system is going to just be 10x the first system, all right? I'm just telling you guys, the next system is just going to go way better, way harder, way more organized. It's all going to be in one place now. Everything's going to be in one place. It's just going to be easier to organize. Not as much work to do now on my end with the Discord, with the tools. The tools are going to be on the website. We have a journal coming now. Giorgio was talking about how he likes to use an Excel. You were talking about, Giorgio, how you like to use an Excel. So you can still use Excel. You can hook it up to here, Giorgio. You can still use your Excel. You can still journal how you journal. You can hook it up to here manually, or you can connect your broker. You can still do what you're doing, but now you have way more detail coming. So stuff like that. May 25th, May 26th, May 27th, guys. Be there or be square. Honestly, it's really that simple. So nice sells coming into New York today. Big trade. I sent you guys, some of you guys got this signal this morning. And yeah, it looked kind of interesting at one point, because we had the rejection candle at the psychological level, the whole number, right? We had it there. Okay. And the next candle spiked up. And this is where you might freak out when you're in a trade. And that's why I put my stop loss for this trade. Let me show you for an example where the stop loss was. So it's like, okay, it's around 4,500. There was a rejection candle here on the 30-minute. So my stop loss was like at the high over here. So looking to the left, right? You have a high here. You have a high over here. So realistically, I put my stop loss like around that high. It didn't even go there. It could have went like here, and that would have been an okay stop loss. Like using a structure, like a high here, expecting a reaction here. I'm expecting a reaction coming into that New York, right? Market gave that reaction. There was a rejection candle on the 1 hour. Nice one there. We talked about that the last couple of days. And now gold is like flipping up because the dollar just dumped down, right? Now dollar came down. So dollar had that bullish move here, was going up. Gold wasn't going down as strong yet. And then that quick gold down move came in as the dollar went up a bit more. It was an interesting morning, an interesting one to kind of take note of for London bullish, New York bearish. Some of you guys have heard me say that before. So guys, if we look at gold now, does anybody want me to analyze gold real quick before we answer some questions? You guys want me to break down gold, or should we just get to the questions? I can break down gold. Let me know if you guys want me to. Type in the chat if you guys want me to break down gold real quick. If you guys want me to analyze it, let me know. Let me know in the chat. We can do a quick breakdown and then answer some questions and hop off in the next 15 minutes or so. So like I said, May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. Make sure you guys show up. Make sure you guys are there. Because these calls, remember, they're not public. These calls aren't public, guys. So people are asking, where's the link? Can you post it on YouTube? No. If you showed up, if you went in the chat, if you took the time, you have the calls. These calls aren't going to be posted on YouTube. These calls aren't going public. They're not public, right? We shared the link in the WhatsApp group, right, for everybody that showed up. So, I mean, not everyone's going to be on these calls, right? Not everyone's going to be on these calls, all right? Not everyone's going to show up. Not everyone's going to have access to these calls, this information, all right? Even though this is free, right? I shared it on my Instagram story. I said, hey, show up. Anyone that wants to, come on the calls. But anyone who doesn't take that quick time to actually join the group chat, show up, get the links, they're asking for the calls. Like, no, these calls are private calls. They were unlisted, right? So make sure you guys show up. 25th, 26th, 27th. If you're inside the inner circle, I posted the links. If you guys are inside the inner circle, the links through these calls are posted already, except for yesterday's. I think I just got to post yesterday's. If you're inside the inner circle, it might be actually. Some of the links. If you're inside the inner circle, these links for the call are posted. These calls in the Discord chat and live sessions. I think we got, yeah, here's day one's posted. So day one's posted if you're inside the inner circle. Day one. We got to get like day two in there. And then day three's posted in there. Yeah, I just got posted yesterday's. If you're inside the inner circle. So May 25th, May 26th, May 27th, guys. I'm going to be breaking down and doing my whole boot camp a bit like we did these last 3 days. Going over a lot of information. Showing you guys examples like the ones we did the last few days as well. Let me know if you guys want me to go over gold. Let me know. I don't see anybody type in the chat. All right. So you guys don't want me to go over gold. Cool. 2 people want me to. All right. I guess not. I guess not. There's 2 people. Oh, wait. Oh, one, two, three. Oh, okay. It's popping up now. Okay. Oh, a couple more. Like so. Oh, couple, you got 2 people. Come on, man. Fire the chat up, yo. I see you guys. You want me to break down gold? So it looks like we did shift out on the 4 hour. We had a strong shift out on the 4 hour. Came down to a really key area, even on the daily, when you look at gold. I think gold's simple for now, to be honest. Like, I think gold's pretty simple. Right, when we look at it on the 4 hour time frame, guys, right, 4,500, we broke above that key level. That's literally where I caught sells this morning, right? You can see how a level can work, and then now we might be able to use it for something different now. Like 4,500 rejected this morning. Huge break up. What do we hit? 4,550 here. Yeah, we hit 4,550. Nice move right at the 50. So I'm thinking gold. Honestly, I think we're going to pull back to 4,500. Like, I'd want to see a retest, a revisit on gold. Right? I'd want to see the market come down to this area. Where we had that low. We went down fast, right? And then we punched up and we made this high now. We could try to revisit, pull back, get a retracement on gold, come back to 4,500. You can see, someone said in the chat, sort of like an inverted head and shoulders. That happened below 4,500. right? So this would be like a head and shoulders bearish more so, like, so we could see how gold created a bullish pattern down there. Inverted head and shoulders. So this would be called an inverted head and shoulders. There's different types of patterns in trading. This would be one of them. Gold broke out of that. It could come back to retest it. Right? Market's not looking bad maybe to come back to 4,500 for a retest, revisit. Maybe over the next couple of days to finish the week off. Looks like we're getting a shift here though in price. Like it looks like we got more of a shift in price now. I don't want to be, now I went for the sell this morning because it was there with my strategy, right? 4,500, but I'm not looking for like sells. That's the only sell I'm going to be looking for probably this week, I think. Because now like we've come down pretty low. Don't want to be selling too low, right? At like a support here. You can see we have like a support level that was made, right? $4,500. Boom. Weekly coming down into there. So we could be shifting like the trend if we take counter trend lines. So trend lines, we did. Let me go to Oanda. I had it marked before. I had everything marked before. I don't know why I took it off. Right. We've been in a pretty strong downtrend. So it's more like if its price is shifting up on gold, it's watching like where we broke out. If we can come back and retest. Looks like it's trying to hold itself up. So I think over the next couple of days, I'd like to see it drop back down to 4,500 if we could get like a retest to 4,500 to be looking for more like bullish setups. Yeah, we shifted out. Like we have highs and lows on gold here. There's some highs. We have some lows, right? And here, wait, missed one. Mark some of these spots even here. So we've had some breaks up, some higher highs created, some higher highs created, some higher highs created. So it shows like some bullish control in the market. Trend could be trying to shift on gold. So I'm thinking there could be, I'm thinking pullback. I'd want to see gold drop down and then watch this area when it retests this area. Watching price around this area, watching for rejection candles patterns, or paying attention to also time, what time I'm taking the trade, not just bouncing in and jumping right into the market when it gets here. All right. I went over gold. So yeah, it looks like we've shifted a bit, right? We could maybe get that pullback, all right? There was a sell at 4,500 this morning, like coming into New York. You could see 4,500 had a pretty decent reaction there, right? That was kind of what was there. Went down for a bit and then reversed. And that move took us above 4,500. So I'm thinking if we could get more of a pullback retracement. So that's what I see on gold. Broke it down. Yeah, I did see the bullish hammer too. I did see that hammer too. I was looking at the wicks thinking of it. I was like, I'm not going to buy. Like, yeah, like, I'm not going to be buying at that level personally after it moved a lot in London. Here, like, you could see it came back to here and just was like another perfect retest. So, yeah, like that hammer, I did see it at one point. Even in my head, I'm like, there's a hammer right now. But I was waiting. I was looking at, like, the 1 hour, thinking the 1 hour was going to flip. I was even telling Leo here. Leo's here. I was even telling him, like, if we get that 1 hour flip, this could drop. He might remember. He might remember. Literally, I was like, Leo took profit. Leo got out like right at the bottom, bro. Like at 67, bro. You got it literally at 67. Holy, it almost hit full TP. Like the TPs I sent, it was a good move. Like it went up we were up 330 pips at one point. Like, on a trade I called out at 7:30. Literally like 2 hours later, 3 hours later, I mean, yeah, like 2-3 hours, like almost 3 hours later, that thing was like dropping. It was a spicy one because the wick there pulled up. Yeah, I think we'll get a pullback to 45 now. Like, look, gold has a wick. You don't want to be buying up in here now because we hit 45.50. You could get some rejection in this area and possibly sells down back to 4,500. before trying to like shift up. And I was looking at silver at the time, and I was like, gold should drop, because actually silver at the time was dropping a bit faster, or a bit ahead of gold. So I was actually like, I'm thinking like that's one reason I was like, I'm gonna hold this, because in the time too, I was looking at silver's price action, and silver was like going down, and in the time also dollar was strong for that moment. So like, okay, there should be a reaction here, was what I was thinking, based on like, okay, dollar's going up in the moment, right? I know now it's down, but like in that moment, dollar was strong, where it's like, okay, gold could come in, bring that bearish move, because once gold really started going down up here, right here. Gold wasn't going up. The dollar was bouncing, and then gold started going down. So I was like, okay, and then this happened, and that's where like gold quickly reversed. It was interesting there situation. So yeah, looking for pullbacks probably tonight, London session. If you're inside the inner circle, I'm gonna be streaming later tonight, do an inner circle session during Tokyo session. But like I said, guys, new website is on the way. The rollout is on the way. Make sure you guys are on May 25th, May 26th, and May 27th. If you guys want to level up your trading over the next year, if you need a breakthrough in your trading, you're trying to actually level up your trading, make sure you guys are plugged in, all right? I'm going to see you guys later. Let's see the questions, though. I'm going to see you guys that are in the inner circle later. Let's see what questions we got. All right, any questions? Any questions? I'm going to scroll back a bit and see what some of you guys were saying before. All right, I'm going to scroll a little back a bit here. And maybe there's some earlier questions I missed. Sorry, can you explain? Okay, so I know what you're talking about. So I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. So this is a question for Giorgio, actually. He was talking about this candle. So let me go back to the PowerPoint here. Giorgio, you're still up in the building, right? There he is. There he is. Yes. So the candlestick that was being talked about was here at 4,600. Like, someone asked a question earlier about can you explain which candle you enter on? And we were talking about this bullish example here, and I'm pretty sure it was after you saw this green candle, it accumulated, you saw the small candle, and you entered like based on these rejections, right?
Yes.
Yeah, these rejection candlesticks, this rejection here, a couple ones after it accumulated, he was saying. So one of the trades for buys, well, he was saying it like accumulated around that area here, and he was getting in. And up here, it was like break and retest. So using 4,900, there was a structure here. There's resistance to the left. It breaks above 4,900. He sees rejection candlesticks happening at 4,900, like this green one. So he's using the price 4,900. Rejection candles. You can even see like 4,900. There was a support here. It ended up turning into a break retest. There could have been a sell here at those rejection candles. So the rejection candles we were talking about was like this one here, this green one. There's a few of rejection candles in here. And then there's rejection candles here, right? Some small green ones as well. So let's see. Some people ask, like, there's questions, like I saw like the same thing being asked about. I'm gonna show the screenshot. So it's this one. Where was it? Something. The stop loss. One of them. I think it's here. It is 600. The pips. The amount of here. So this entry. People are saying that many pips for stop loss. That's what people. So here I'm gonna. Here. So, can you see my screen, Giorgio? No. Are you on YouTube? Here.
No, just not. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna share for you now. Here.
Thank you.
So right here. All right.
Yes.
Your stop loss sizes. People are asking about this. For example, I think some people are saying stop loss question mark, stop loss size 600 pips, 500 pips question mark question mark. They're like, this is the stop loss because it's a lot of pips in some people's eyes. They're like, that seems like a lot of pips with account sizes. So I'm seeing some of the questions. So it's like with your account sizes, $100, $90, $200, $40, $50, are you using these big stop loss sizes on trades?
Yes, guys, this is, for example, this trade I trade this zone, for example, I trade with zone, and I explained yesterday the same concept. So this is when the trade is in validation. No? For example, I prefer more time if the price don't respect the zone, enter down from that. Do you understand? This is, for example, when I go into trading view, I show I took my trade, but I put all the parameters when I respect on MetaTrader. So maybe it's possible to price back down a little bit and push up, but I only use, for example, I didn't enter because many traders I know enter to limit to buy place order, buy stop, sell limit, buy limit. I didn't use that things. I prefer to enter at the market. So at the market where more entry and, for example, more position. So if I have one, for example, 50 pips of area of where I took a trade. This is normally to put the stop loss below the low, because of many times the price come back. It's possible to come back, or it's possible to go without you. So we look before the trade, so the trade go up without you. So I prefer to wait. Yes, I have a zone, and I prefer to have the structure more clear. I put this trade before in trading view, and after I enter in MetaTrader. But for me, this is a trade. I don't know. I take 2-3 trade a week. So you understand very nice. I didn't took a single time. No.
So yeah, like you might take a trade, you go in it. If it doesn't react right away, you'll close it with a small loss and maybe take the trade again at a different time, because this invalidates the setup for you. So, but basically what he's saying is like that stop loss invalidates what he sees there, the trade setup. If it goes there, he's not going to take the trade again, now re-enter it. He's not always just buying and holding one position till that stop loss. He's saying, okay, if it goes there, the trade could still be valid. I'm going to take an entry right now, maybe in the time it's here, market execution, and see how this hour reacts, this 2 hour reacts, or maybe the next 30-minute reacts. If it doesn't give me so much a reaction, I'll close with this, this would be my full risk maybe if I was to lose, if I was to hold it, but it'll close early if it's not reacting, and still focus maybe on the same setup. Exactly. Some people are asking that. What else? Any other questions? Let me see. Buy limit. No, in this case, would have you have entered a buy limit? No, so he said he doesn't use buy limits, I think. No buy limits or any of that?
No, only market, guys. I don't like.
If it does a clean break and someone asked if it does like a clean break and retest in this case, like, would you, on this type of setup, would you do a buy limit ever? No? Just market execution?
No, only market. I prefer to put the alarm, so trading view, and when the price come here, many time the alarm put on, and I understand the price hold this zone. So for me, that's a sin. So I didn't prefer to take buy limit or other things. I prefer to stay on the market in this moment, because, guys, I took two free trade at week, so it's not a problem for me to stay in the wait.
Okay. Cool. So at market. After the entry, so let's say when you take the entry, do you set a take profit and stop loss when you take the entry, when you're in the market, or do you just keep an eye on it and keep checking the movement maybe every 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes or something?
I prefer to check the movies in maybe 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes.
Yes, 20 minutes. Put the alarms. I had the alarms on of the stop loss on the TP. So maybe if the price come to TP, the alarm is put on and I close the trade. So maybe the price. I see the price hold more time the zone. For example, here for 4,900. I look what happened. For example, no.
So maybe two more questions. How do you I was referring to the trade, the buy limit, the same exact one you took. Oh, I gotta show you. Yeah, I gotta go back to that. When was that? April. Yeah. That buy limit. Okay. All right. I'll go back to that in a minute. I'm gonna go back to that. Let's see. How to avoid liquidity sweeps. So. From what I've seen, you say you don't trade it right away when it hits the price. You wait, maybe. I don't know how do you avoid maybe getting liquidity swept or manipulated? Some people like to say, or like the market hitting your zone, going up, then coming down. Like, what do you do? Do you wait?
I prefer to wait to see the price and in my Excel file from the at the example. I have I have more day than I not took a trade, for example, because they happen more situation. For example, Friday I can't is cancelled for my trading routine. Monday maybe yes, maybe no. Other days, Wednesday is a day where I not took my trade, so every single day, every single session I have market on my Excel, and I try to stay out when it's possible to take a trade in the same days, so in the same moment, and analyze them.
If you look at this, for example, if you look at this trade he broke down, for example, like he's a lot of times entering even after it reacts that price. So this is 4,500. A sell example that he took when he flipped an account with this trade, right? This was one of them. Which one was this? The 200 to 14, 18. So 206 to 1846 account. For example, like he's not taking the trades right when it gets to price or the zones. He's letting price a lot of times react off the zone. So sometimes the liquidity sweep might have already happened too in some of these cases on how he's used to entering. He's used to being really patient, so it seems like way more patient, not in every move, every little move at every little time, right? If you've noticed, there's some concrete few examples that were good setups that weren't every setup that you could find on the chart, right? You could find little entries. So he's like using the prices. Like if you look at this, for example, 4,500, from what I've noticed, to help like elaborate on the question that you asked, he's getting entries like after it even reacts. And I think he said he doesn't mind missing out on maybe 50 pips times to get in. I think he said that yesterday a couple times. So I see that one thing from more than one trade, because it's like the trade like that you showed even yesterday. It was like a move up. It made a move up first. There's a trade you showed yesterday. Let me go to it. Literally, I'll go to it. The 47.25, I think it was, if I can find it here real quick. Yesterday was here. Should be here. Is it still here? Oh, maybe it's not loading for me. Oh, yeah, here. Like here, for example, like this is what the point I'm getting to here. He was taking these entries as price was like going down. I think maybe some of them he took here first. But if you're looking at like most of the entries he's explaining, for example, he's getting in even when price is reacting after. So I've seen so I think like that's just an extra layer of patience I think every trader could use and need. Like patience, like the ability to just wait, not be in every single movement, chase every trade, chase every move. Yeah, there was one example he was talking about that was, I think in April, or he just like picked a random spot and back tested here, I think it was, or end of March. I actually took a trade here, I remember literally, on gold, sent a signal out. Yeah, there's like an interesting shift here. in price. This is what we were talking about before. What I was going over, I took a buy on gold here once, and this was a fire signal I sent out. It was on this shift here, and then he was breaking down how the market went up. So someone's asking, yeah, the buy limit. Would you put a buy limit in that case? Like, I'm not afraid. He said, like here, for example, this is what someone was asking about. There was a trade you back tested here. You back tested like something here, and you were like, okay, I'll look for 4,400, this area for buys. Even this, someone's asking this setup, even this setup, would you put a buy limit or no? It's just every setup, you just want market execution. It was this one you back tested. You were like, I want it to come like down to here and react, or because yeah, like if he said, I think he said he wouldn't because because I don't think this hit his price where I think this is when he back tested, and I don't think it hit the price. It almost did. So it's like, I think that's why market execution at times can be good, because it didn't come to 4,400 here. I think it was $4,400. It almost did. So if you had a buy limit there, you would have missed it. Market execution kind of could have been a better instance in this, being like, oh, okay, it's not going to hit that price, because sometimes it does this. But I mean, I don't always like to have buy limits, because like when it first hits a price, it can go through it too. Like when you first hit a level, a whole number, like it can go through that price a bit. So a buy limit always isn't like the best entry in a case. Like, I mean, it is if you're not on the charts, right? Or if you have the right zone. Because like you could hit the right level and it could go a bit below it in a case, and you might get a better entry, or be able to watch it when it first arrives at that price and see if there's a confirmation, right? So I think that me too, like I don't always use buy limits for that reason too, because like, yeah, the market can react right at your zone, but I think majority of the times it might go underneath the area a bit. Even today, if you look at the trade that I took today, like look, we spiked a bit above 4,500 today, right? So if I had a sell limit there, right? I mean, it was a perfect entry. So like, it just depends on when you're on the chart. I could have a sell limit there, or watched it, market execution. I mean, I think a buy limit, sell limit strategy, if you don't always want to be on the charts watching your trade, if it's like you have a good setup and you're like, I don't want to be watching this thing the whole time, you know? Because like, what if you're taking a trade like this, that's perfect, and then it goes against you and you're like, oh my God, I got to close it out. The market's going against me. Let me close it. And then next thing you know, it goes down. So like a buy limit and sell limit, you know, might be at times useful depending on like your trading experience too. Because like, might not react every time, or you might go in these instances where it's like it goes a bit above, but it still holds the zone. So that's why one thing we teach, and one thing we've been talking about, I teach, right, is about zones, areas. So maybe like might be good. And like, it's like if we were looking for a buy here, it's like, okay, if we want a gold to come down for a buy, it's at this previous support right now. We're touching previous support. Let's say we want a gold to come down to this area, right? Okay. We don't have to say I need a buy limit there, because it's not. How likely is it that price is just gonna go here and go, right? It's probably gonna come down, bounce a bit, like sit around this area. It could even wick down and, you know, form an accumulation, right? And then take more time, spend more time down there, right? So it's not like we always have to just like put buy limits, sell limits everywhere. I mean, if it's the right price, right setup sometimes, but no, I don't usually. I usually like to be there, kind of watching, kind of like what he was saying, monitoring it, keeping an eye on it. All right. Did you enter with full margin? I was referring to, so this flip, Giorgio. Yes. Someone asked. We got some raw questions coming your way. This one, I think the 200. Yeah, the 200 to this one. Did you enter like full margin? Were you going like all in? Like someone asked. It's okay if you were. It's okay if you were.
Yes. Yes. Depends, guys, because I explained you yesterday. So I prefer to take the position, see where the trade going. But if the trade, for example, here I see don't work. For example, I don't know, 50 euro or 60 euro. Don't that's error. That's wrong. This trade I close manually, so I don't. You see this position, yes. But when I see this trade that didn't work, I prefer to close with a small position. So on my MetaTrader 5, I have small position when I lost and big position when I win. I prefer to make to make these things for me is the best, and I prefer to accept a small loss and the win live here.
Fucking full margin Giorgio for that one, all right? There's your answer, right? Balls of steel. I mean, for the balance, like, I understand what he said. For him, he treats his balance towards the setup. He waits till there's a setup, he trades. He puts an amount in his account, he trades that setup. Why? He just said it without saying it. Some of you guys might have not heard what he just said. Because let's say if he has $10,000 in his account, he's maybe subject to lose more, take another trade. He says, I'd rather be wrong with what's more smaller to me, 50 euros, 100 euros to 200 euros for that week, than have more money in my account and keep trading for his MetaTrader, right? When he trades on MetaTrader. So for him, throwing $200 in an account is not like it's his way, it's his lane, like it's his sweet spot. He puts 200 in an account. That's probably higher risk to him, because if you guys notice with the 50, if you guys notice with the 50 euro examples, the 90 euro example, he was only using 001s. If you guys notice on this 200, 300, he's using 003s, right? If you notice on some of those other examples, so this is probably higher risk, but high risk, higher reward. But the risk for him, what he's doing is not affecting him. He's like, he just said it. He said, if I lose, I prefer to be wrong, close the trades out with what I have in my account, and take the day off, take 2 days off, take the week off, and then wait for the next setup. So the point he's getting to, with all that being said, is so he's not emotionally attached, because it's like, he answered your question. He said, yeah. Like, he asked if he's going full margin. He said, well, yeah, really, but I'm not gonna do that on $10,000 or $5,000. I'm not gonna do that if I had more money in my account, because for me, this is low risk trading. I mean, look at it, like $200 to $1,800. That is low risk trading in a sense, right? If you think about it, if you start your week with $200 and you blow the account, I mean, you lost $200. You know what you're getting into. So he knows what he's getting into before he does it. He knows, okay, I'm starting with $200. Or this one's interesting because he deposited. I figure you deposited it. You saw a trade setup and you're like, okay, there's a trade here. I got to deposit. Because like the time, this is literally like a 20-minute trade, yo. Not even. That was like a 13-minute trade, or what? Like a 15-minute trade. That's crazy. Quick one. This one. This is like a 15-minute trade. No, look, some of these were the deposit time. So he was there, he was on it. I mean, he's flipped a lot of accounts and been consistent. These account flips, guys, they look great, right? The results, right? But remember, there's a lot of patience, right? I think we all learned that. And there's patience behind it, risk management, psychology, waiting. It's probably boring, waiting. There's probably days that he's waiting, or even days that he's holding some of these trades. He might be holding these trades for some days. But the account flips look good, but it's the mentality about even accepting the loss, too, if he loses. Because I'll ask you a question, Giorgio. Have you blown an account doing this? When was the last time you maybe blown an account? Or have you had bad weeks, bad months? With that all being said, right? Because now the account flips, they look good, right? It's the profit. It looks like, oh, I want to do that, right? But you've made the money. You learn how to keep it with mentality, even if you have a bad week, is the point I'm getting to. Even if you've had a bad week or maybe a bad month, you've blown some accounts. You've learned how to get by that and still keep growing and keep the profits, right? So My question is, what's your mentality with that? Like keeping the profits, you know, even though you've blown accounts, or even though you might have a week where you lose a trade and you're done for the week, come back next week, or you have maybe a bad day or a bad week, bad month, that type of thing. The mentality.
So, for example, if I have better week, I stop it for 1 week. The next week, I stop it myself, and I try at the beginning. I try more time this strategy. So it's normal, guys, at the beginning to find the entry, work compassionately. For example, there are more factors. But with the time, with the consistency, and with the right knowledge, I try to do these results. So I prefer to when the month is not very good, or I don't know, 1 week, I prefer to stay out, no, don't trade, and recharge myself, recharge about the battery, and begin the new month, the new week.
Recharge the battery. Recharge the battery. Nice, nice, nice. I heard that. That's good. Yeah, that's like what you need to do if you're trying to trade like this. Like you got to find your low risk. Treat it like a business, right? You got to actually treat it like a business, right? If I'm going to put $50 in an account every week, that's $50 every week, right? There is potential in that if you have the right setups. We've seen some crazy stuff over the last couple of days, but what we're going to do here, guys, is wrap this session up. We've been on for 2 hours. We broke down a lot of stuff today. And remember, May 25th, May 26th, May 27th is the next time I'm going to be doing a call like this. We're going to be rolling out the website very, very soon. May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. All the details are on there. Make sure you guys are a part of the Inner Circle community, because this is going to level up your trading completely. If these calls helped, type something in the chat. We're going to wrap it up in a few minutes here, guys. That's it for the day, yo. We've been on for 2 hours right now, guys. Shout out Giorgio. Hope you guys got value from him. And I hope you guys took notes. Because like I said, these calls are not going public. We're not posting these on YouTube right now. We'll post them in the WhatsApp group chat. All the information should be in the description of this video and these calls. Make sure you guys are in the WhatsApp group chat. That's where the links to the recordings will be posted, all right? But May 25th, May 26th, May 27th, make sure you guys show up. All the details and a lot more things will be shared on there. Whether you make sure you show up, because whether you join the Inner Circle or not, guys, that day, right, May 25th, May 26th, May 27th, you'll learn a lot. If you show up, you lock in those 3 days, you apply yourself, you pay attention, you lock in for a couple hours those 3 days, you'll leave with something. You'll leave with something. All right? You'll leave with something. All right? So make sure you guys show up those 3 days. All right? Whether you decide to join the Inner Circle or not, there's going to be value. There's going to be information. So make sure you guys hop on those calls. Yeah. Shout out Giorgio. Fire emojis in the chat for Giorgio one more time, guys. All right, Giorgio. It was good seeing you on the call. All right, fire breakdowns, good breakdowns, simple, straight to the point, very basic. And it shows you guys, people wondering how he gets these results. Am I missing some secret sauce, man? Some of you guys are in the Inner Circle. It's those of you guys in the Inner Circle. What Giorgio went over today is the same stuff I've taught literally time and time and time again, right? Some of you guys are seeing Giorgio's account flips and thinking there's some hidden secret, all right? No, it's the same information, same classroom. He's probably just watched the videos 5 times each, I bet. I bet this guy's watched all the videos 5 times. Probably like at least 3, right? Am I right? I know I'm right. Some of you guys got to watch those videos. Some of you guys got to watch the videos too. Some of you guys haven't even watched all the videos. These results he's getting, it's the same system that some of you guys are a part of. And I'm going to be featuring more students in the near future. You guys will see Giorgio again in June or July. You guys will see more calls like this with myself and Giorgio in June and July, all right, this summer. All right, we're going to be breaking down charts, doing more calls like this where you get another trader's perspective from the same system, same strategy. This system, this strategy has worked for hundreds and hundreds of people, right? So I'm going to be bringing some more students on some of these calls in the near future that can share different perspectives, different mindset, maybe different disciplines, right? Maybe just different rules, maybe some different disciplines that some of you guys might not have, or maybe some of us don't hear. Maybe right? Like maybe Giorgio mentioned some little disciplines that some of you guys maybe haven't heard before. So take what you need, guys, from these calls. Write the notes down. Take notes, because this is how you level up. Showing up, surrounding yourself with winners, all right? And that's what 2026, the rest of 2026 is going to be about. Leveling up, all right? So May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. Make sure you guys are there. I will see you guys on the calls May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. I'm going to be sharing some of my results with you guys, some of my trades, right? And a lot more information breaking down the strategy. It's going to be exciting. Make sure you guys show up, all right? I will see you guys there May 25th, May 26th, and May 27th, all right? See you guys inside the inner circle. If you're inside the inner circle, we'll be streaming in a little bit. I will see you guys there. Peace, 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 guys. See you guys on the next call. May 25th, May 26th, May 27th. Peace, peace, peace.
Bye, guys.